Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Nicole, and this is Let Knit Be Sew. So I'm back to share with you the contents of the second, so April's Lamazi Makers bag. This time I have gone for the luxury bag. Last month I went just for the Inspire, which was just fabric and a few other little bits and pieces. But this time around I decided to go for the luxury bag, which includes a few similar bits and pieces in terms of like sewing tool and thread and all that jazz, but also, as well as the fabric, it also includes a pattern that you can use to make the fabric, or you can use it for something else. And it comes in this tote bag, which is a really nice size with the Lamazi print on it, which is cool. I have looked at this already, mostly because as I had got the version that has a pattern, I did want to have a look at the information about the pattern first, just so that I could be a bit better prepared to like talk to you about it, rather than just waffling, because this again wasn't a pattern that I was familiar with, so I really wanted to know a bit more ahead of filming to kind of be able to best share my thoughts. So let's take out what was inside. So the focus for this month's bag was jersey fabrics, and there's two fabrics in here. So there is an organic cotton chest knit fabric and some complementary organic ribbing fabric. So the main fabric is like a jacquard fabric. It's fairly lightweight, so the idea, and this was something that I think was put on the listing, because the Lamazi Makers Club, they do give you like a reasonable amount of information. It's not like a complete surprise like some of the other subscription boxes. So I think they had said that the fabric was going to be something to make a light jumper or sweater. So yeah, that is the fabric. So let's talk about the pattern, because obviously the fabric is the fun bit, right? So, or the most fun bit. So the pattern that they've chosen to go with this fabric is the Ariel from Fibre Mood. And reading just from the description, so it says, Ariel is a summery jumper for sunny days when there's a chill in the air. The front sleeves have a nifty pleat at the shoulders, and all the edges are finished in trim fabric. Ariel fits like a glove and is done in no time. So there's a good chance that there are at least two in your future. And I'll show you the line drawing on this so you can see, it's a pretty straightforward jumper pattern. It's got drop shoulders, which then have these like pleated puffed sleeves, and you've got cuffing on the armbands, neckband, and also the waistband. This is not a pattern that I had come across before, but I do really like the feel of it. And like it says, I live in England. The weather is pretty good for the UK right about now for this time of year, but it's not like super warm, so you can definitely get away with wearing lighter sweatshirts or jumper or short sleeve jumpers, for a good little while yet before we get the like few weeks of super hot weather, and then it becomes autumn again. I think this is a really great pattern for the fabric. So there's a few other bits and pieces in here. So we've got another tool, and it's another Generates tool this time, and it is, and I've not seen this before, but maybe I've not been paying attention to all of the things that are in Jen's range of products, but it is this, which is a stretch ruler. So how in a lot of stretch patterns it will tell you that you need a certain amount of stretch recovery from the fabric that you're choosing, just to get the the fit and the look right. It's basically you can measure how much your fabric stretches, which is very handy to have it marked there, especially if you've got like the percentages. And it's super cute that they've got like, it's a Lamazi one, like a collab. So yep, that's going to come in very handy. And then, sorry about the wrestling. And then what have we got? So we have got needles. So this does come with like everything you need to make the pattern, rather than the bag that I had last time where it was just fabric and then it had suggestions about what you can make with the fabric, and it did have some matching thread but it didn't have other bits and pieces. So we've got some thread which gives you a clue about the colour of the fabric that I've got, and some stretch needles. There is also a sweet treat, which is this very cute little white chocolate and raspberry lolly, which probably isn't going to hang around for very long. But yeah, that's always appreciated. Okay. So, the fabric. Now, I went on the post that there's like a QR code which shares with you some more details on the pattern, and there's actually a couple of examples of Liana and Charlene from Lamazi having made up the pattern in the fabric, because there are a bunch of different colorways that this fabric comes in. I don't know whether they will, I assume that other people who may have ordered the same thing have got different colors, but I don't know. So I'll be interested to see once they start sharing things. But I'm super pleased with the color. Like, having seen all the options, if I'd had to pick myself, this is the one I would have gone for. So I'm really happy. So it is this. So it's coming up a bit lighter on camera. I would say this is like light periwinkle blue, like cornflower blue. Like, it's got a touch of like purple in it, but hopefully you can see we've got this jacquard, like checkerboard pattern in it, which is quite subtle. But yeah, I really like this. And so you can see, like, it's quite lightweight, so it's got a good amount of drape. It's not like a thick sweater knit or anything like that. And yeah, I'm super happy with this, and I can't wait to have, I definitely think I like the pattern as well, so I definitely think I will use the pattern to make this. And we've just got as well, it's ever so slightly darker, but yeah, some matching ribbing to go with it. But can I hold them both up together? Yeah. But yeah, I just think that the jacquard pattern is quite subtle and just gives a little something extra, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. So I'm really excited. I feel like if I get my Eliza Trench cut out over the Easter bank holiday that I'm planning to, this is not going to be, I think probably the most complicated thing is going to be doing the like pleat for the sleeves. Haven't looked too much in detail at the pattern pieces to see how that's done, but I believe there's also some bits and bobs linked with the QR code to give you some tips and tricks, because I think it mentioned Charlene had done the pleats the other way, so they were inverted. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking through all of that in more detail before I decide what I want to do. But yeah, I think this is going to be a super quick make and something that I will really enjoy having in my wardrobe. So yeah, I am super pleased with this again. And yeah, that is the April Lamazi Makers bag, the luxury edition of it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone else got, different colours and one thing and another. Because yeah, there did seem to be, I think there were about 4 or 5 at least colours when I looked on the link. So yeah, that's exciting, and yeah, interested to see what next month's is. I think yeah, as I said before, I think having a sort of kind of subscription box, or at least like a monthly surprise box / bag, whatever you want to call it, that has like just that bit more information, so that you can say, you know, is this something that I want to get this month, or do I think maybe it's not going to be for me, whilst like not ruining the surprise, because I definitely, you know, I knew it was going to be a jacquard knit for a light summer sweater, but you know, I think that's plenty of information for you to know, you know, is there something that I'm typically gonna wear, you know what you know what you tend to wear, right? So I think it's a really great model to have something where you get some information, but not, you know, the surprise definitely isn't spoiled by what they put on the listing, I don't think. But yeah, that is the April Lamazi Makers bag. I would love to know what you thought. Would you make something different? You know, obviously there's plenty of jersey patterns that it could be paired with. They've obviously given a suggestion with the Ariel, but I'm sure there are lots more patterns that would also work well with this fabric. Cute little cardigan maybe, that sort of thing. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on what you would make with this fabric, please do let me know. And if you also got the Lamazi Makers bag, I'd love to hear how you're finding it. Yeah. All right, I am going to head off now. I'm filming this in my lunch break, and I actually have to eat some lunch now. So I will leave it there. But thanks so much for watching. Please do consider giving me a like and subscribing if you enjoyed this video, to share my little channel with the sewing community on YouTube. All right, thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.